Hey guys,
Hello, hello.
happy Wednesday.
Yep.
Happy hump day. We're almost through the week. Hey Margie.
Hello, hello.
I'm gonna try not to do this.
She developed a bit of a cold.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a cold.
With the up and down weather lately.
Yeah, and we've been outside a whole lot, so not doing the best about pacing ourselves with the sudden warm weather that we're getting, especially since like tomorrow we're supposed to dip well below freezing.
Yeah. Be a cold one. So
thanks for the send-off, March. Appreciate that. But it did come in like a lamb, so it makes sense it's kind of going to go out like a lion tonight with it dropping well below freezing. Hello, Swanstead. Bruce.
Bloop.
Bloop. I like that. That's a nice name. Hello, Michelle. Michelle, look. Oh, this way. Look.
There you go. Look. Looks familiar.
I know. I don't know where that would have come from. So what do you guys got going on this week? What's your dinner looking like? What are your chores looking like? Bruce, I know you're getting ready. You're prepping for like swarm season. We're here. We've got like probably a good 2 or 3 weeks before we see in these swarms.
Yeah.
I would love to go catch more swarms, but I don't know. I'm afraid someone will I will find a place to keep them. I have extra deeps. I just have to make like bottoms and stuff, where someone will have to make me bottoms.
Michelle said, yay, twins.
I know, twinning. Hello, Britton Farms Homestead. How are you? So, hey, Old Reading Farm. I was really sorry to hear about your emu eggs.
Yeah.
Like, that really sucks big time.
Ashley's watching close because that's like one of her animals she wants to get, but
he's a firm no, and I respect that as long as I get a little leeway with like pigs soon at some point. Even though we were talking to, we're like, what's going to happen like when we actually want to like go away from the farm?
Yeah,
like
we keep
one more
adding animals, and then if we take trips, it's like that gets hard to manage.
And like my mom's the one that comes over, and while she is an absolute hoss, like she's getting up there in age too. So like I don't want to leave her with like a million pens of animals to take care of.
Yep, definitely. So.
Yeah. So just finishing chores.
Yep.
Your pregnant pigs. How many do you have that are getting ready to go? Don't you have a few females that are getting ready to it's called farrowing, right? When they have babies. I'm trying to brush up on pigs.
Some getting ready. You keep talking about trying to get time to set up the pens and all that. So.
Well, this has kind of stopped me this week.
Yeah.
Like Monday, it was really, really nice, but like I came in from feeding and it looked like someone had literally taken a stick and whipped me. Where I was like, I just need to sit down for a few hours, and that is literally what I did. I think I took a nap. I fell asleep from like 8 to 9, and then got up for a half hour and then went to bed. And then snored like a wounded animal all night long.
Bruce said any day now they're popping.
Really?
Yeah.
I really want to get in and do a hive inspection, but it's been super windy here. So like I'd really have to wait towards the.
We dodged a bullet. Like one day over the weekend, I think it was supposed to have like really high winds.
Yeah, last Thursday, we were supposed to have almost like 70-mile-per-hour winds. And his mom and dad were out of town, and his sister-in-law his sister and brother-in-law were out of town. So we're like, well, we'll go down and make sure everything that might fall over or be damaged, we'll go ahead and set it down for you. We had to batten down the hatches here. And I thought about my hives, like, well, they're kind of back in a cove, so they don't get a whole lot of wind. But you never know. I mean, I could just take a tree branch.
You won't believe it. A tree branch fell out of the tree and hit the back window of my truck and busted it out.
Well, tell them how.
Yeah, you guys will see video of it. So we were clearing brush and threw a big old stump because the honeysuckle's so bad here. I'd take them out by the root.
They're the sap's rising in them, and they're starting to get their leaves, so they're springy. They're not brittle anymore. They're really springy. Yeah,
and I threw a stump in the back of my truck, and it bounced right into my back window and shattered it. So.
Yeah, he came in the barn. He's like, guess what? My day got great. And I'm like, really? What happened? And he just looked at me like, oh, that was sarcasm.
Yep, sarcasm at its finest. So, that's the next project that we get to work on is putting a new window in the back. Really it's an old truck, so we're not going to pay to have it done. No. Are you going to try to eat those right now?
No, not right now. He's calling me out because I got super happy. Who remembers these?
So then there you go.
Dunkaroos. My gas station. I probably shouldn't buy Dunkaroos at the gas station, but they were up at the checkout, and I was like, what the heck, Dunkaroos? And the lady thought that was funny. She's like, what the heck, Dunkaroos? Yeah. Joe, can you give me a bottle of water, please? So I don't pop my
Michelle said, just one about the farrow. I don't believe the other is bred.
Ooh, that's always the worst feeling, too. That's always the worst feeling. You ever have anybody come out and ultrasound Or like, how do you do that with pigs? You just kind of like mark the day. Thank you, dear, and go. Because I know like with the goats, I'm like trying to see when they're covered, and then a month later I'll draw blood and send it in. But
yep.
Sometimes that sucks too, especially if you've got one that's.
Got Darren in the house tonight.
Hello, Darren from.
You pulled off that onesie better, I think, than any guy you could. Actually, like to watch that.
We watched that so many times when you almost slipped one into your chicken coop. It just tickled us to death. You did an amazing job catching yourself though, because if it was me, I'd have wiped out and been on the ground. I guarantee it. Yeah, that was my comment because you guys have to go watch Thor Haven's onesie challenge for us homesteaders. I'm still contemplating if I'm going to do it because I joke, I'm like, I don't have a swimsuit body, but I also don't have a onesie body, so I don't really want to go do that. But if the bottom of it said bare essentials, like, watch out, Darren, your bare essentials almost hit the ground. Yep. I am eating. Oh, I know. I was like, wait, you just opened it. You see? Oh, hey, Mama Burton. She's in the house tonight. Hi. Hey, newbie setters. How you doing? Margie said, a coating the 4 inches. That sounds like the weatherman just like covering all the bases. That's saying it could be a dusting or might be nothing, but you could get something substantial. Which is like their whole job, right? It's too late in the year to think about snow. Bake a leg, let's dig at Homestead. I love your name. That is awesome. I really do. That is really cool. Hey, Hidden Oaks Homestead. How are you? Thanks. I'm betting this is Nicole because Chip works second shift, right? I remember that correctly, unless something's changed. You guys are getting so many animals. Making me so jealous over here. Taryn said, laugh my butt off. That onesie rocks, eh? It does. It does. Never wanted a onesie so bad. Well, then Mark's like, you have a onesie. And I'm like, I think I threw it away. And it was like a Christmas onesie where it had Christmas unicorns all over it. It was the bomb. I don't know why I got rid of it. Probably because it was just for Christmas. Yeah. Michelle said, we have done ultrasound on sheep, but with pigs, we usually just cross our fingers and watch for signs. Yeah. I still want my own ultrasound machine. You and me both. But they're expensive. Like, they're really coming expensive. Down summer prices. They are. But then, like, there are some that are really nice, and there's some where you're like, I mean, that kind of looks like that could be an embryo in there. Just start bouncing. I don't think you can bounce pigs, so. Oh, I think you pulled it off, Darren. You handled your onesie very well. I don't have a onesie. Chip refuses to do the onesie, Nicole. What the heck? Get him on board. It might be a little warm down there for a onesie. Yeah. It might be a little warm down there. Are you guys getting like a bunch of rain? I've been seeing down south, people are just getting swamped with rain. Is that a BCM hat? Yes, it is. Is that that? Oh, yeah. Bake a Leg said, I'll try one. They were all thank you. Wanted to stop in and show some love. Well, thank you for showing us love. We appreciate it. And yep, Darren, it is a BCM hat. Got a couple other uppers, and I like when I order them because they always send swag with it. So yeah, he's really weird about stickers and stuff. He gets really offended if he gets anything. Yeah, if you want me to be a happy customer, just throw in a couple extras. Yeah, like it doesn't matter if it works. He's like, I got a sticker. It's like I got a sticker. Well, it does matter if it works, but the sticker kind of makes it feel a little bit better. Does. They put in that little extra effort. Puts a little bit of like, here, we'll give you this piece of paper with adhesive on the back that you can stick on a window or something, and that makes it all better. Hey, Chad over at Hidden Springs Farm, how are you? Bake a Leg said, Pennsylvania here, lots of rain and storms. I think they're you guys are probably getting what came through here. Yeah. That's what we were hitting for a couple of days, and it actually cleared up, but it's just behind really it's been cold too. Yeah, it's been really chilly, which makes me happy. We're nowhere near our frost dates because I'm not tempted to put anything out where I would have to hurry up and cut. Now I do have a weeping cherry that I'm like, do I throw a sheet over you? Because she's just on the precipice of blooming, and I really enjoy those blooms, but I feel like they might get nipped. They could, yeah. And our daughter actually had her first softball practice of the season tonight. It was like chilly. It was cold. Like people are in the bleachers with like blankets wrapped around them. They were all out there huddled. I'm like, of course it's Indiana, so everything's flat. So it's just like any wind that comes through, it stays constant. The wind will kill you. Mm-hmm. But she started back softball today. We were super excited because our mask mandate lifts on the 6th of April. It's starting to feel normal here, and it is just like a big breath of relief to feel a little bit of normalcy. And I don't have to like push all my beard up like in my face when I wear it. It's like you could have used that as a face cover. Yeah, just pull it up. Just like flip it up. I don't know how comfortable that would have been. Yeah, you looked really, really scary, but that's okay.
So, hell's yeah, dude. Come on, spring. We have already started seeds, even though we have another, 60 days. Yeah.
But you know what? At least you have the momentum to do that and the motivation. I'm going to be releasing a seed block video on Friday. I got a new seed block maker, and I love it. And I did like an unboxing and a review. You guys will see that Friday. I know, super exciting. But I really did want to see like how it did. And I've had those blocks made for like a week. Over a week, and I still haven't put seeds in them. I'm like,
it was probably a good thing because they were really soggy though to make them. So
yeah, your medium has to be pretty soggy and pretty disgusting.
Plus the fact you use poop, so.
And then, yeah, you guys will see.
Yeah,
it's all right. It gets dirty.
So she's on a binge of like gross videos.
Pretty much. So like Monday, you guys got the gross eggs, and then Friday, I'm basically using compost poop putty to make soil blocks.
So our little dog has this weird, I don't know, fetish, I guess you call it.
Ew,
like if you tap your foot, he sits on it.
He runs over and turns his butt towards you.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't realize.
But he wants you to keep tapping where it's like, oh, this is weird. So we try not to move our feet in the house.
It makes you uncomfortable. So where to begin, Homestead? Don't worry about being late. Just jump on in.
Yeah. Hello. It's okay to be late.
Baked a leg said, I just built a new garden and my brand new trellis got bent, expecting low temperatures Thursday night.
Oh,
that's the way it always seems to work. Like, you put something out and
you'll go back and you'll spend the extra money and do the extra work to reinforce it so it doesn't happen again, and nothing like that will happen.
Yeah, I actually bought like this little windmill from TSC. It was a couple years ago.
Cheap.
And like a week later, we had
a windstorm and it blew it over and it bent all my blades up and like
a couple of them flew off.
Yeah, it's missing some. So now it basically works as like a trellis in my flower bed.
Yep.
It's cute. It looks rustic now, but it wasn't originally meant to look rustic.
Windmill.
Yeah, it doesn't work as a windmill. Hello, Emma. I'm so happy that you're joining us from your vacation.
What's for dinner tonight, Emma?
She's in the Smoky of the Mountains.
Ooh. That's a good place to
be.
So
are you cooking on your vacation? I'm betting you are because you've got a cabin and probably a nice little kitchenette in there and everything. Hello, Rosie Side Farm and Homestead. How are you tonight? Don't tempt him.
So I'll send you some Magpul swag. Yes, I love Magpul. Yeah, they're one of my favorites. He would be okay with that. We used to both have Magpul phone cases, but now I just have like this. I still have mine. He still does, and I went frou and got a flower one. Yep, I love their stuff. It really held up though. It really did protect our. Well, when I had it, I'm really tough with my phones. Magic polymer they use. Yeah, so. You have to keep it because your phone is like. Yeah, you're in a barn a lot when you like. Take off the cover. Charge, and there's straw that falls out, and then it won't charge at times, and you start scraping out the charging port, and there's like straw in there. You're like. I guess I was in the barn a lot this week. So. What did Chad say? You're already starting? Which one? Chad's already starting seeds too. All you Canadians are ahead of me. I have no garden to plant them in. Oh. Got to build a quick. It's 60 by 160. Yeah, that's a big garden. Got to do a fence for it. Our transplant date is 3rd week of May. Oh my gosh, Chad. But at least you got some time to get your garden. Got some work ahead of you. Built, but that's a tall order. We have faith in you, though. I know you can do this. 60 by 160. That's going to be a big garden. Do you have to, I imagine, till it and stuff? Yeah, are you going to do raised garden beds or what are you going to be doing? Or are you doing a no-till and kind of just like doing the compost and stuff on top of it with some soil? It don't matter which one it is. That's well, I mean, speaking of gardens, we were looking at our gardening stuff like this week and just, I don't know, we've been here for almost 10 years and we've been looking at a lot of our different layouts. And we've gotten to the point now where we're a little bit more flexible, whereas in like the beginning, I feel like we weren't as flexible. We're like, this is where it will stay forever because we like it here. Mm-hmm. But we're going to actually move a lot of our raised beds closer to the house. And we're going to fence off a portion of the goat field. And we're going to put our in-ground garden there or no-till. I don't know, because it just works. Like, I was kind of upset at me because he's like, well, let's just put this garden like in the goat pen. We'll section it off. And I'm like, I don't want to move my garden. I was okay with the raised garden beds, but I did not want. I did not want to move. I've amended the soil over and over down there, and I'm like, no, that is just that's so much work. And then I was over there looking like where he wanted to put it, and the grass is super green, and the donkeys and the goats congregate down there, and I've been dropping compost in that area for years. I'm like,
I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to go back in there and tell this man that he is a genius and he didn't even know it because it worked. It's totally flat.
Just got lucky.
The right amount of drainage. It's been fertilized by the goats and the donkeys now, and the llama when they were here for years. So it just worked, and I kind of had to put my foot in my mouth because I was like, I don't want to move it out there. And I was looking, I'm like, he's a friggin' genius.
I think it's important too, just to figure out, how your barnyard and everything flows too.
This is true.
That's an important part of, as we're starting to add more and more things, especially like thinking about now where the pigs go, because now we're getting so many different things put on the farm. It's like, what's easier to do?
Yeah.
And if we have to walk, our backyard's pretty big right now, and it's probably 2 acres.
Oh yeah.
So you're walking across the whole yard to go to the ducks, and then the chickens are on one corner, and then the bucks, and
it was just kind of a headache. Yeah. And that's just like one of those things where you just have to kind of bite the bullet. It's like, well, I may have thought this was going to be here forever, but it's not. But we were, I don't want to like pat ourselves on the back, but we were really conscientious about our permanent buildings and our permanent infrastructures. Yeah. And making them wide enough apart so that if we did want to move things, there was like little nooks or places where we could kind of puzzle piece things in. So, well, that won't happen this year. It's going to happen next year.
Yeah. Darren said, I tried the soil blocks, but the peat pellets make it so much easier.
I ordered like 200 of them.
I do manage the finances. So
yeah, he was probably like, what is this charge again on Amazon? I ordered 200 peat pellets. Because, Darren, her
birthday's coming up, so I just say, yep, that's a birthday present.
You mentioned that, but so did Indiana Backyard Gardener like a little while back. And then I saw them, like, these are kind of cheap. And I'm like, oh, this looks super easy. So it may not be using so much.
Like the leg said, just bought new rods today. Hopefully it works.
I hope it works for you.
Yeah, hopefully they
always have such big dreams for trellises too. Now, is this trellis to hold like cucumbers or melons, or what are you growing on your trellis, or is it going to hold beautiful flowers? Those are the types of trellises where I get really upset about, because I have like this grandeur view in my mind where it's going to be like drapery of wisteria or roses and everything, right? The trellis either breaks, or like the plant that I have trying to climb the trellis doesn't like where the trellis is at. It just kind of.
And we got one that sort of sucks where we put it because it reaches over the front sidewalk. What is it?
It is a wisteria, and I'm constantly having to cut it back because I only have it on a trellis like as tall as I am.
The man like tries to go through, like it looks like it's like a booby trap for like the porch pirates. If somebody tried to run a steel package, I'm pretty sure it would just rope them up like.
Well, if anybody's ever been around like a wisteria plant that's lining out, like it's sticky. It like claws at you, so like it'll try to rip you up.
The UPS guy doesn't even try to go up there anymore. They just gave up.
I feel like it's one of those vines from like the Addams Family, where like they have like the vines that would reach out and grab people and like twirl them back in. I'm like, that's what we have right there.
Do a video and I'm stuck in it probably.
Because like that's where those wisteria starts I got from like this. And I've tried to put wisteria in that area when I had a good trellis there for years, and it always died. And now that I don't have a good trellis there, it's taking off, and I'm gonna have to transplant it and probably kill it. It just sucks.
Let's see. Chad said, I'm building a custom ultimate chicken house, one of a kind too. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
You got a lot of work on your.
I don't envy you with all these projects, but
now. I mean, shoot.
They sound awesome.
We about killed ourselves in the barn just putting in 2 posts for the loft.
Yep.
You guys could see that video next week. I was editing it today, and I'm like, Mark, we are ridiculous. You guys will get to see what it's really like for us to work.
Yeah, we're still recovering from that too.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is kind of where this comes from too, but that's okay.
Where to begin said our tomato plants are 3 inches tall and supposed to be 20 by morning. Started the heat in the greenhouse.
I'm telling you what, like, I know that 2020 was a terrible year, but I feel like 2021 kind of weather-wise here lately has been like, hold my beer. You guys, especially for us gardeners, where it's like, oh, we got all these new gardeners. Let's just have terrible weather during seed starting season. It's been pretty crazy.
Big Leg said my raised beds are a horticulture garden, so new for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we love ours.
Yeah.
I mean, even though we're going to think about moving them.
Well, and we're going to make them taller. Yeah. Because as we age, I'm not going to want to bend over. Yeah, that's one thing when we had the alderman interview, she really emphasized was like, hey, I know don't feel like it now, but as you get older, even though I feel like I'm an old man some mornings I wake up, she's like, you'll really want to think about raising them because it just makes it so much easier to reach in. And and the more we were looking at it, the more I'm like, but he's actually made them kind of smart, where I'm like, the way you can bait, they're all the same dimension. So you can basically just stack them and like just put like braces on the inside. Yes, it is.
I just got lucky.
See, he's not going to give himself any
I keep
credit
it simple,
again.
so usually simple works for multiple things.
Yeah.
So Emma said, I'm still late getting my plants started. We had a trip planned, and it was cutting into my starts timetable. I just decided to start when I can get back.
It's sometimes like, especially on homesteads, like with everything going on, especially if you have families, or you go on vacation, or you've got kids that are doing things. It's really hard. I told her I feel like so slothfully because I'm like, I can't even go downstairs and just plop seeds. Though. What?
Yeah, since you asked, actually, we got a cabin so we could cook our own meals. We just had
carne asada tacos.
Okay, I was gonna let you say that. And rice, so stuff.
I haven't eaten yet.
See, you can make the food that's probably better than anything on the strip. When we go down there, we eat all the.
I will buy
one
all the
I would
recipe
recommend
stuff
is Huck Finn's catfish.
Yes. Oh, they're not in Gatlinburg though. You guys are on the North Carolina side, right, of the Smokies?
Oh, okay.
You're not in near the strip. Yeah, we like Huck Finn's though. There's nothing healthy. It's a good way to clog your arteries real quick.
Cool to see that part of the Smokies.
Yeah. Well, the elk are on that side. That's what I would love to go see over there. Have you seen elk? Have you gone looking for elk?
Yeah, we keep going to look for wildlife and we never see it.
What is it, like Maggie's Gap or something, where the elk usually like hang out?
Margie said, I can't wait to see the baby goats.
Now, I told Mark.
Countdown time.
Yeah, I'm like, we're in countdown, but I'm like, you can tell we're about a week or so away from our first dose because I'm starting to dream about having baby goats.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night, I dreamed 3 goats had babies all at one time, and then Rennie, our donkey, had babies too. She had 2 babies, and they were spotted. And I was like, please let this be true. Please let this be true. But we'll see.
Chad said, I tilled our future garden last fall about tilling some manure, and I think the soil is pretty fat.
Mm-hmm.
Fence going to take some time though.
Yeah.
And when we tilled in on our manure and compost, it really helped our
oh my gosh, it's
garden.
Like,
you
it's
could tell.
Totally black.
Yeah.
Like the garden is so rich looking.
And you could tell on the harvest off the produce. Like it probably went up, 20, 15, 20%.
Yeah, but it's funny because now that we've talked about like expanding.
And our corn actually grew above 3 feet. Remember?
It almost never does that. But like the corn that did actually give me corn this year was like tall, beautiful corn.
Oh no, this restart window is trying to pop up.
Just tell it to go away.
I wanted to make sure.
It to go away every time.
I'm afraid I'm going to click restart and lose it.
And I always tell it like later. It's eventually going to make us restart. But it's funny because like we just expanded that garden, so he went and tilled new ground. And then, like, the next week, we're like, this isn't going to stay here. So, like, we should have just left it alone. But that's okay.
Works.
That's all right. So, we're going to put greenhouses or hoop houses, hopefully, where a portion of that is.
Taryn said, I ordered a bulk box of 1,000 pellets. We should be good for a bit. Man. Well, with that nice greenhouse you have, I don't blame you.
I know.
That's so cool looking.
Yeah. I kind of looked at them online. I'm like, ooh, I maybe should have gotten these. And then I was like, before I knew it, I had them in my cart, and I hit pay. The rest is history.
Baked Leg said Chinese red noodles and beans. Those sound good.
Yes. I haven't eaten yet, guys.
You haven't?
Well, no, I haven't eaten. Well, I'm really weird. I'm like, I need to have a real dinner. So, like, when I came home, I had a zebra cake. And then when we went to softball practice, I had a drink. And then I had which a drink is like Kickstart. Nothing crazy or anything. And then what was the Cheetos, crackers, and cheese. That's all I've had for dinner. So I'm hungry.
Bruce said they only climb what you don't want them to climb.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and like they're extremely destructive against siding, and young Ashley that put it there didn't really think about that. Yeah. And now Ashley that has to pay for the upkeep of her own home is like,
I'm like always like, hey, it's getting too close to the siding. Because I know it'll.
And I just go out there and I hack it off. Yeah. So.
Because it'll tear into
it really
under siding. It gets those little feet on it.
Yeah, wisteria is bad as like climbing ivy. Now we have vinca vine in there that's taken me about 5 or 6 years to like. I planted 2 little bushes of it, thinking this will be a beautiful ground. No, never plant vinca vine in with your actual like flower beds if you didn't want like natural ground cover that just takes everything over.
Jen came over to say hello.
I can feel her.
Where to begin said 2021.
Yeah.
2020. Yeah, we haven't made it through 2021 yet, but hopefully 2021, and we'll just let them take the spoils.
Hello, Brian. Lowe's. Okay.
Brian.
Help me, Brian. Is that Lowe's Hill Farm or is it Lowette?
Here goes our Hooked on Phonics story.
I always have a Hooked on Phonics episode in our lives. So I apologize if I butchered that.
He said also everything is going good. Getting cold weather tonight,
We
19
are.
degrees.
It's just like over the whole country. I'm like, come on, Mother Nature, just give us a break.
Oh, there's Haas.
Hey, Haas, how are you?
Heading on home, I should say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thanks for listening to our ridiculousness.
Like I said, if you filled your beds to be horticulture style, what did you use to amend it?
I have lots of goats and rabbits, or a rabbit and donkeys and llamas and chickens.
And we did have a local. They supply like mulch and gravel and stuff, and they happened to actually take topsoil off a field nearby for
like
a building,
very
a big
clean,
barn.
Rich topsoil.
Yeah. It was actually a farmer's field, and it had good topsoil, and they scraped all that off to put a barn in, and of course they put a pad under it and stuff is for commercial farming.
So we got a lot of that.
Yeah, and that worked out well for us too.
Yeah, the fact that we have livestock and most of them are cool compost makers, which means like their manure can be put almost into your garden immediately. I know goats are considered to be cool compost, but I found like their manure performs even more astonishingly if you give it at least 6 months to kind of cool down. But that's what we've basically amended with. Every now and then, like I'll throw in Epsom salt where it needs, or we haven't really added in anything else though, any types of fertilizers.
And a little life hack Ashley figured out is we bought like a cheap electric small tiller off of Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's like real light. I mean, it's only
so
3 times or something like that.
It's perfect.
Yeah, she just lays it in there and lets it go. And
it's nice though because it's not like one of those tillers that tears itself apart. So like if you get like
too much torque on it,
if you get like a rock or even like a big chunk of mulch, because for some of them, like I did get like natural mulches and I would put it in there and it's been broken down for way longer than I would like it to. I probably need to redo that this year. But like I'd still get big chunks in there and it will stop. Like it won't try to like torque or tear out its gears or anything like that. It stops.
It's light enough. She just picks it up one-handed.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's electric. That's probably the only thing I don't like about it, that I have to have it hooked up to an outlet. And because we put our raised beds a little farther from the house than we would like, which is why we're going to move closer. It still reaches, but it would be much easier up here. So.
Yeah, but that works nice because then she can turn that soil, no problem with that.
Yeah. So, it's going to be super
a lot faster than by hand because you do it in a couple, hour, you have all the beds done.
Yeah, like if I go out there one night this week, I can probably have everything cleaned up and tilled up real quickly using that till.
And it was only like $60 on Amazon, so it's pretty cheap. So.
Hello, Bullshead Fortune Farm. How are you?
Well, Rustic Tradition says we're joining the cold fun this time. It's going to be in the 40s. I'm so excited. I feel like there's some sarcasm there.
And if you are excited, well, I'm glad Mother Nature gave you what you wanted. But
even next week we're expected to be in the cold. I saw some of the temperatures. But then, of course, like where we're at, it's so temperamental weather-wise.
It's going to go back and forth for us until May. So we're ready to not switch our clothes all the way out until May.
Bacon Leg said, can you recommend something because this compost is all broken down, wood leaves, etc. What would you add on top, or would you mix it in? I mean, is the wood like chunks?
Yeah.
Is it like mulched already?
And are your wood leaves like mulched, or are they intact? I know they do a lot of breaking down during the fall and the summertime or the winter time, but I found like when I do use wood leaves, like I have to mulch them or they're not going to decompose quite as well as I would like. If you honestly, if you can go to a horse boarding area, like if you know someone in your area that boards horses, they'll usually let you like haul off as much manure as you want because they want to get rid of it. Like they don't want that around. And I know there's a lot of people here that will bank. I've had people at work ask for rabbit manure. I'm like, if I didn't already use it, I would give it to you, but it's mine and you can't have it. So any manures are good, honestly.
That's what I was laughing at. It said, Chad said, I'm trying to brush my hairy sheepdog while I'm listening and typing. Our dogs are shedding so bad right now. Like I was eating something. I think it was, I don't know,
a
sandwich or something.
It made me feel so sick. He's like,
I'm like, I have a dog hair in it. Like I didn't pet the dog while I was like making the sandwich. So they're just hairs floating around the house. Drives me nuts.
I do brush her out, but then it looks like a small animal burst.
She could probably be brushed every 2 hours.
She could, and she would still.
She sheds.
But she'll be doing that until like May.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't want baths or have water on her. So
where to begin? We have a tiny 2-cycle Engine tiller, love it.
They are nice.
Yeah.
They
it's
are
so
super
nice having those small ones.
Well, especially after you get like those bigger tillers that like want to drag you behind them. Like those are just, especially like on my arms, like I don't feel drained or I don't feel sore or like feel jostled. Does anybody else know what I'm talking about? Like when you till, like you feel like your whole arms are vibrating and you can't really feel your fingers. That's us. And I don't know. I think we've put ourselves under enough punishment physically building up our homestead.
Well, we got like a big rear tine one, like she was talking about, that'll pull you. And it just jerks you. Like I told Ashley not to record me because it would look like a comedy session. Because like I'm sitting there bracing and it just takes off, and I'm like running behind it. I swear my heels are probably hitting the back of my head.
Yeah, and if you don't have the depth set correctly, it's going to dig a grave.
Yeah.
Or if it catches something wrong, it's going to drag.
Yeah, I should try to record it. And I'm like, please cut that out. I look like a cartoon person.
Yeah.
Just running like after it. It jerks you so
hilarious.
hard.
You guys still might get to see some of that.
Probably.
He was tilling up that area of the garden. Obviously, like our weather's not letting us get back out there.
Yeah, speaking of like comedy, like I said, we laughed about the truck window getting busted out because what else can you do? It's a comedy one here. But she was talking about putting those posts in. You guys will see some interesting moments where we just sort of.
I didn't realize we were so vocal.
We just start yelling random things while we're working on stuff, just sort of.
Like there's singing, there's random yells.
So I'm usually generally pretty quiet, but when I'm working on things, apparently I get louder than I noticed.
No.
But you don't realize until you go back and look.
I started editing it.
And she decided to keep them in, so I'm like, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out.
Can you just come sit with me for a second and watch yourself work? Because like this is probably the first one where I videoed us working on something for long amounts of time. And it's going to be like part 2, 3, and 4, I think, with this loft, but it's really interesting.
Willow's in here tonight. She said,
hello,
Josie, hi. Josie, Willow said hi. There.
I'm surprised she's not playing Among Us with you.
Let's see. Rustic Tradition said, I love the cold. Really? I'm in the wrong state for sure.
We'll trade you.
Yeah.
Lows in the 40s sound kind of nice compared to what we're going to be getting. It was highs in the 40s today.
Baker Leg said their compost is all broken down.
Oh.
So they'll probably need anything on top. Maybe some rich topsoil. Maybe
rich topsoil, or even just like good mulch. Good thick layer of mulch.
Oh, and one thing don't add into your garden. I mean, maybe for some people it works, but for us as a nightmare is straw. She tried to use straw to keep weeds down between rows, and trying to till that is a nightmare. It became like a mortar, basically.
It really did.
So I don't know if other people had better luck.
If you guys saw that video, like I used it for weed control. Like I didn't really use it as good for you.
Well, a few words I can say.
You didn't. There was no R in there though, so
true.
I'm not impressed. So I did kind of a little bit of an experiment in our garden last year where I used straw for weed blocker, but I also used organic mulch. And like
she did buy it from a farm as a heads up.
I did.
Nice.
It was nice, yeah.
No.
You did?
Like, yeah.
Good. That's
so
nice.
That'll be nice. Rich soil.
That'll be nice.
Compost,
yeah. It'll be super nice. And it only seems like it gets better with age. It really does. You know, I see sometimes people add nitrates, but it kind of just depends like what your soil's deficient in too. And sometimes the plants that you grow will tell you what you're deficient in.
I mean, we try to add the compost and stuff, but we sort of just work around what plants grow best for us too. I was going to do, now Indiana Backyard Gardener, I don't know if she's in here yet, but if she hops in Bake a Leg, like get with her because the lady knows her stuff about gardening. I know she does a bunny brew, which I'm going to be doing that this year. But I'm also going to be doing like aerated compost brew. I got the aerator and everything for it to kind of make like a compost tea. That might be something you look into like throughout your entire growing season, especially like when your seeds are just being transplanted and you want to encourage that growth and that rooting. Yeah.
So.
Wolf said preparing for frozen water lines tonight. Thought we were done. Nope.
No,
apparently not.
Garbage. I know. And that's what we were calling it earlier. I'm like, I'm done with this garbage.
We got Adrian in the house tonight.
Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Darren said for horse manure, just compost it before using it.
Yeah, because it is pretty hot. Yeah. But most of the time, like those farms will have like multiple.
Our donkeys have worked good for the compost.
Yeah, and Adrian can attest to that. That donkeys digest their food better than horses do, and that's why they have cooler compost, which makes sense because like a horse's intestinal system and digestive system like literally looks like it just got thrown up into a tree, and that's how they put it in the body of the horse. It's ridiculous.
I was laughing at this one. Chad said, I had to sneeze so bad today. Then I picked my one nostril and pulled out a 4-inch long dog hair. How did it get up there? It's amazing. They just find their way. The worst is like if we turn on the fan or something, and all of a sudden you see them like float through the air like they're like dandelion, spores. It's like, what the heck?
I don't know how to do it.
Or they go sweeping across the floor. You're like, great.
Got that far.
I know it's getting bad too, because the other day I threw a dog treat out to our dog, and it landed at the corner of the wall. And he went to eat it, and he actually picked up a piece of like dog fluff, and was trying to eat around it.
Like every day too, and every day. But it's because we're in and out a lot right now. I can like literally sweep up a small animal
watch him
in
try
the
to eat
bucket
it.
of dirt.
And we were like, he wouldn't let us get near him because he was afraid we were taking the treat, and didn't realize he was like trying to eat around it.
He was trying to hurry up and eat it. It's like, dude, you're gonna choke there.
Bake a Leg said, I built a garden from scratch, all raised, galvanized beds, 8 of them. I paid someone to till the area 150. That's what we would like looking at, was the galvanized beds. Yeah, we really
like the galvanized. I know Adrian's doing that. She's doing raised beds, but hers are all metal because she's got lots of rodent issues. Now we don't have rodent issues, so we wouldn't have to. I'd actually, if I could find a lumber mill around here and get like the raw lumber to put on the sides, and I don't even really want like super new galvanized metal. I would love like the old barn siding metal to make it look super rustic. But then he's also told me, he's like, you can paint them whatever wonky colors you want. And I'm like, I've gotten permission to be as funky in my garden as I want.
She can get a little centric of colors, but it'll work.
I like colors. Obviously, look at the colors.
Haas said, any pranks planned tomorrow? My 5th period is getting cake pops made with Brussels sprouts. Oh, that's brutal. What? How's that, Chris?
Brussels sprouts and cake pops? Oh my God.
Brussels sprouts aren't that bad. But
they are bad.
Biting into a cake pop, oh man, that would kill me.
I thought about playing a prank tomorrow, but then I realized like it's my more prank friendly coworker is not in the rest of the week, and the one that I feel like might actually hit me is in. She's a little bit more seasoned and cranky. And I don't think she would take a prank very well. Although I did get her to talk in an accent this week. I'm rubbing off on her. I do talk in accents at work.
Bake a Leg said, the only thing I've added so far was worms. It was an exhausting experience.
I know a lot of people that do like the worm farming. I'm just not that in. Gardening is like not my deal though. I enjoy gardening, but it's not my main gig. I enjoy my goats more.
Rustic traditions. We've been in the 90s, so I welcome a cold break. I'm sure your air conditioning does too. Yeah. That's a big swing though.
Man, that's tough.
Emma said, I'm thinking of completely redoing my garden layout now. I saw a layout, Charles Dowding designer, and now I want it. Oh, it's so tough. Like when layouts, because you just dream. That's one reason why we wanted to look like at redoing ours. Whose was it? We sort of looked at and like, man, it's sort of nice how close everything is together. Was it Justin Rose? I think it was. Yeah, that was who he brought up. Yeah, I just saw a picture of it. But then I'm sure because it looked like it was from a drone, so it probably looked better. And he probably cleaned up right before. There's a lot going on that. And garden tools everywhere. He's got the money to have people help him, which power to him, which I just felt bad for him almost, because we were watching his sheep birthing video where it went wrong, and people were just like roasting him alive in the comments, which I it was along the same lines that I was saying. I'm like, I don't think that's how I would have gone about it, but it made me so happy, Michelle, because everybody's like, you need to watch Sandy Brock over at Sheepishly Me, and I'm like, that's what I would have commented, say, go watch Sandy Brock. Adrian said, I use alfalfa hay as mulch, and it's the best. I usually buy it from a big box farm store, and I never get crazy seeds or anything. I will never use anything else.
I've heard about we've never used it, but like it is expensive here. Like alfalfa hay is, and expensive is it for us, like for hay is $8 to $10 a bale for alfalfa, and I'm not paying it.
Got Patty in the house tonight.
Hello, Patty. You sneaking in here, you little sneaker.
You're crazy. Bake a Leg, that's my girl. I know her. Actually, she left me an awesome comment under my new garden reveal video on my channel. It was so amazing.
Really?
That is awesome.
How cool.
Rustic traditions. I would love galvanized raised beds. Yeah, they seem pretty pricey, but we definitely want to get some. I mean,
of course, I want lumber on mine, and lumber prices are just like stupid. They're so stupid right now.
I built the ones we have now, and actually use deck boards, and they're not real big.
No, but
so,
they withhold the moisture too,
yeah.
so it just made sense to kind of use them. And they're lighter weight for what we're using them for, so it works.
I know some people are worried about the like chemicals in there, but we've coated them so that they're sealed up. So let's see. Adrian said, pretty sure it's location dependent, but one compressed bale, which is usually what is available for me when I try to buy, is about $20 and can cover all 4x8 beds with it. That's a lot of coverage, though.
That is a lot of coverage, though. Those compressed bales, like, they always surprise me how far they go.
Yeah, you see them, they
really
don't look that much.
I'm like, how did this do all of that?
Rustic Traditions has the same mindset as you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to paint them like a Dr. Seuss
That's
book.
kind of where I'm at. Where I'm like, I could do themes. I could have like a.
It looked like Duville when we walked through our raised bed.
I would go crazy, but then the bad thing about, and I guess if you use like the correct Rust-Oleum or exterior paint, you'd be fine. But then I'm like, I'd have to go back and touch it because if the moment they didn't seem as vibrant as I want to be, like, I'm redoing it.
Yeah.
So.
Tasha's in the house.
Hello,
tonight.
Tasha.
How's your little
I
kid
should say, yay, you're still alive with all of your baby goats hitting the ground. That's so crazy.
Newbie Setter said tomorrow we'll be staying off all social media. Can't trust it tomorrow with the.
I know.
Yeah. There's so many companies now that get in on it too.
Like I am super gullible, so I always get taken for a sucker.
Patty's rubbing in the warm temperature there. Nice and warm here, 66 degrees.
Okay, Patty, we get it.
Yeah, earlier Patty, we were talking about everybody. I see my cold streaks going across everybody right now.
Back in the 60s though by Friday. So, well, Friday or is it Saturday? Friday we're gonna get kind of warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took off work on Friday. I needed a me day.
Adrian said 77 in Prineville today. It was like 20 degrees last night. Yeah, that's a big swing.
Though. Is that a normal swing though in high desert? I'm going to eat my Dunkaroos, dang it. Don't you make fun of me. I have Dunkaroos. I will not eat them. You're making me feel self-conscious. Like, I can't do it now.
It transformed from a live about homesteading to ASMR.
Mukbang. Okay, Emma, I was watching some mukbang stuff.
Here we go.
But I was watching things where they were mentioning mukbang. Is it mukbang? They were saying
terrible.
mukbang, and I was like, I would say mukbang like a commoner. That's how it's really said.
The bung is actually a body part, I think.
Stop it. Gross.
So I hope it's not.
The bung. That was okay.
Wait,
speaking
that's
of the bung,
similar to what you say about the does too. You're always like, they have muck butt.
They do have muck butt.
So now they have muck
Wait,
bung.
I love saying muck butt. No, I don't know. Oh.
All right, let's get back on top.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe a little bit.
Well, yeah, we'll go back to that.
I'm sure Emma will correct this. Like, no, it's pronounced this way. Patty said, "Oh wow, it's nice, 77. Nice. It's so weird they fluctuate that like that. It was 34 this morning here. Yeah, that's where we're at too.
How are you guys not sick? Like seriously, how are you not sick?"
Emma said it was in the 40s and rained all day here. Spent some time out on the back porch carving and reading. It was
that sounds like a
day.
Fantastic part of your vacation, though. Usually we're running, and that's probably about the only thing that I'd say we sometimes don't like about Gatlinburg is like I feel like I need to run and see things where I'm just like I just kind of want to just not be around people.
Rustic Traditions Homestead said lumber is insane right now.
It really is.
Yeah, our loft, it was about 40% more cost than what.
So in the video, you quoted it's for the portion of loft that we're building right now, it's $500 per section. Whereas then when we did it before, it was anywhere from $300 to $350 per section.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty big
That's increase. A big jump. Yeah.
Pretty big increase.
So
when he told me that, I was like, stop telling me the prices.
Just is what it is. Though. Somebody told me that you could get it cheaper from lumber mills, but I don't really know any. I don't know if you guys had luck with that. But
yeah, we could probably find one. It's just we're lazy.
Baker Lake said $100 a piece on Amazon.
Really?
By 4x1.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Well, especially at the cost of lumber right now, that ain't terrible at all.
Terrible.
Tasha said, I finally got my back garden rototilled and planted potatoes today, and I'm extremely sunburnt now.
That'll be me.
Yeah. My bald head got burnt over the weekend, so I have like a red scalp.
Cap, so you guys don't see it. It blended with the wall back there.
Yeah. Like, where's the top of his head?
Yeah, he walked in. He's like, my head's hot. I'm like, it's because
it's a sunburnt. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose all your hair. So, and the funny thing is, if I shave this off, like, then I'll have like white outline.
It'll look ridiculous
yeah.
for a day or two. Where I'm like, go just.
You know how you get the
like
farmer's tan? Well, I got the beard man tan.
He needs like those little mirror things you see in the movies where it's just like sunning his neck and his chin.
I almost went to a bad spot with all that.
Yeah.
Remember this one type of tanning they were doing? The guys
yeah.
behind.
Okay. Why do you know all of this stuff?
People send it to me. I can't help it.
Why do people send that stuff to you? What are you into?
So
weird.
Adrian said, I think $20 for mulch is great. You can get 4 bags of bark mulch at Home Depot for $20, and that would cover all my beds. And doesn't give as much nutrients and gives slivers instead. Yeah.
I usually go for just the straw.
It cracks me up around here is because all the gas stations even sell mulch around here. Like you'll drive by and you know it's spring when it's like the gas stations have it by the pump. Get your gas, get some mulch.
Like when we get mulch though, we'll go to like a landscaping business down the road because they're local and people literally like bring like what? Are you reading things ahead of me?
Yeah.
You are. But they'll bring in like their natural cuttings and they'll mulch it up. So we usually use that.
Let's see where to begin. Said, okay, so I'm worried. We have meat chickens that was supposed to get today. They are stuck in a state they didn't even need to be in. Hope they're keeping them warm. This has never happened before.
That has been a big issue this year.
I had something I had to get shipped to me. It was in Iowa. It got shipped to California.
Yeah.
It was stuck there for like 3 weeks.
It was a barrel or something.
Then it was supposed to come like one day of the week, and then they said, "Oh, we have to return it because the package was damaged." It was.
End of the story. He never got it.
No.
They just said we're refunding you, and we'll figure it out later. Like,
I don't know. Get some of that logic. I'm like, Adrian said, "Temp swings don't make you sick. Germs make you sick."
I don't know. I might disagree with that a little bit because I don't go around a whole lot of people, and I'll still get sick.
We always get sick in the spring, though. It seems like with them, especially here, it's just like.
It's always in the spring. You guys get sick in the winter time, and early spring to early summer is when I'll get sick.
So at Park Farm.
Hello, is that Nettie? Hi, Nettie.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about your water situation. It made me smile so big. Like seriously.
White chops and cheeks.
I don't find that attractive.
No.
I would endure it for you, dear.
Yeah. That is funny. I like that one.
White chops and cheeks. Sounds like
Emma said grass does work. We have lots of it too.
Yeah.
I tried Liz Zorab's grass mulch method for potatoes. Work great. We'll definitely do it again.
I've done that several times, like especially like when it gets really hot here. So it's like grass clippings.
Okay.
And I'll soak mine for a little bit, especially like if I've got plants that are like suffering because we've got a lot of sun, or maybe they're new out there and they're just shocking to death because of all the sun. Because I mean, when it does get hot here, it gets hot. And it's usually like super humid or it's going to be super arid. It will just swing back and forth. And I'll soak all of our grass clippings and I'll put those around, like especially like my cucumbers thrive off of that. Yeah, we've used grass clippings before, especially since you technically are not supposed to feed. I know a lot of people want to argue with me about this. Oh, you can feed grass clippings to your goats and grass starts to deteriorate like immediately. The moment that it is cut, it starts to deteriorate and ferment, and that is not good. I know, and I yell at you every time, like, don't feed that to them because it ferments and it can make them sick. Hence why I can't get my $1,200 goat.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I was
they like
contemplating.
It so much, so they love
me. They love it because it's not good for them. They love Skittles too.
If it ferments,
Did
they
you know
make them drunk.
But it's a different type of fermentation. I dropped Skittles once in with my.
Ours are crazy enough already. Imagine if they were drunk. That'd be chaos out there.
Imagine a world with my goats drunk in it because they're already pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I dropped Skittles in there once and it was like crack. I was like, no!
They went crazy.
Don't! They were.
Taste the rainbow goats.
And I got mobbed for weeks after. It was like crack to them. They were like mobbing my pockets. I'm like, I have no Skittles on me this time. I learned the first time around. Good night, Rustic Traditions.
Patty said, I refuse bark mulch, nasty stuff. Yeah, it can be. We have a guy that shreds it on site near here.
Yeah.
A couple
super
times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, will always give us way more than like what we're paying for.
Yeah. Although a couple times we found like, I think they have somebody hired in to do it, but we found a chew can in one and then a 20-ounce bottle. And
every now and then we'll find things and they were like, but that's okay. That's totally fine. I mean, he's basically mulching things that people bring to him, so I'm not too picky. And I'll use that a lot for like our walkways in our raised garden bed.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it doesn't seem
Adrian said, I think if I had to buy the galvanized metal panels, the cost of those raised beds would be around $200 each, but they'll last forever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they are pricey, but
I know.
I'm sure they'll hold up like a really long time.
Yeah, and if more people thought about it like that, though, Adrian, where it's like, yeah, it costs a lot, but like I will never probably have to replace these just out of normal wear and tear.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Nettie said, yes, so much water, and it's meant to rain over Easter.
I'm so happy
excited.
for you. I didn't realize how big your guys' dammed off area was until like that video. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like extensive.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful. And like when Adam took off his shoes to like walk, I'm like, these people, I love them so much. They're so earthy. Mm-hmm. It just, I don't know. I just felt like I could feel your guys' joy and like your connection to your land, and it just it made me very happy.
Not having rain for that long, I don't blame you guys for being excited over it. So
yeah. Now, Tasha, I don't know. Maybe like your grass, your pigs would like the grass. See, I don't know. Now, pigs, I don't have. I'm trying to brush up on like their dietary everythings before they get here, but I'm like getting ready to go into kidding season, so everything else is getting ready to stop.
Yeah, that's all of our focus right now.
That's why I feel very frantic though, because I know once that hits, like I'm gonna be like, don't talk to me, don't look at me the wrong way. I'm gonna have no sleep, and you know, you've witnessed your first kidding season. Things never go like they're supposed to.
Rebel Cannon said, "Thank you for my stickers. They just got here."
Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad they got there.
That was personally designed by Ashley.
I designed this too.
Ashley said, mine love Fig Newtons.
I've never tried that. Do you give your Fig Newtons to copper bolus? I don't have like a bolus gun, but I made one like out of a little syringe to kind of like pop it in the back of their throat. But
we got Molly Casey in tonight.
Hello, Molly Casey. How are you? Hope everything's going well on your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm. Patty said, hardwood mulch doesn't have the slivers. Yeah.
There you go.
Blame you. And mulches also can be bad for, from what I understand, holding like bacteria or growing mold or whatever.
Especially like depending on like where it came from. But that's also sometimes why I don't want to have manure brought in from anywhere else, because I'm kind of a stickler about biosecurity. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, no manure.
Yeah, she's so worried about. We found it was like Northern Tool had those mats. So we went to a wolf habitat recently that was close by. And they had those mats where like there was disinfectant or whatever. And you just
like rubbed your boots or your shoes into it.
Do you want one of those for the barn? And
I was like, yes. And I'm also going to be getting plastic booties for visitors because I'm a little psychotic about it right now.
Well, once you have that scare too, you're just like, nope, I'm done with it. Because we had that scare with one of the tests and it came back.
Yeah, one of the tests came back questionable.
It was like, inconclusive or whatever.
It was like, test again. Yeah. Because they were just barely suspect.
And we found out it was because of the worming medicine that Ashley gave him.
Yeah,
right
he's
after
like,
the
did
testing.
You deworm like that week?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. He's like, don't do that again. He's like, don't deworm. He's like, or he said natural dewormers. So that was one of the big things where I'm like, okay, natural dewormers are just.
Where to begin? Said our daughters show goods always love Doritos. What? I can't blame them. I love Doritos too, and animal crackers. Yes. One loved animal crackers with icing.
This animal loves animal crackers with icing.
I could totally be friends with your goods. I love the same diet. Bacon Leg said, my birthday is on Easter this year. Supposed to be nice here, I hope. Well, happy early birthday.
Hey, yours is the day after mine.
Yeah.
We're birthday neighbors. Hello, birthday neighbor.
Ashley said, yes, they'll knock me over for animal crackers.
I have never given mine animal crackers.
I have. Remember, I walked down and gave the Bucks some that one time, and they loved it.
He feeds them everything. I'm like,
it's like an experiment. Hey, if you can't have fun with your animals, why have them? So that's my fun thing. Like, will they eat
if your fun experiment ever kills one of my animals,
I won't give them anything else. I promise.
Kidding season zombie Patty. It's getting ready to happen. I told him, like, I dreamed about it last night.
For anything, but if her goats are in labor.
Yeah, or they even seem like it. I'm like, every hour there's an alarm and I'm out there. But.
And then she does look like a zombie for a couple
days. And I'm not a nice person. Mm-hmm. I've not been a nice person at work apparently this week.
So one of these lives you'll be having to chug all the caffeine.
Well, I'm hoping to do a couple lives with you guys like when this is happening.
That'd be cool.
So that you guys can be in there with basically with me while we're birthing babies over here. So.
Tasha said, message me about the pigs. I'd love to be able to help you this time. You definitely helped me so much when the goats labored.
I will. I definitely will because we're starting. he's been clearing like a bad man, and then
bad man.
Well,
clearing like a bad man.
Well, he has, and
you pull your hair out. I'm a bad man.
Give him a compliment. I get my hair tugged. Okay. But it's been bad because we've had a little bit of like ADD when it comes to our projects. So we were clearing over there a whole lot, and then we were working on the duck pen, and then we were doing the loft, and now we're back to, I'm getting ready to set up everything for kidding. So, and I was very happy to help you, Tasha, with your kidding, with your laboring scenarios. I don't know how big of a help I was, but I know that can be super stressful, especially like when you have to internally go in and intervene. It's really rough, especially your first time. And I will tell you guys, like the first goat that I ever kidded out on my farm died in labor, and I will never let myself live it down because like I went to work knowing that she probably was going to go into labor, but like paycheck, and came home and she'd actually prolapsed, not through, it wasn't a uterine prolapse, it was the other hole. And I don't know if the baby, it looked like had presented sideways, and her contractions continued and she prolapsed her innards out. And by the time I got home, like the innards were cold. I couldn't wash them. The vet was like, I've never heard of this happening. It was like just so horrific. It doesn't always end like that. So like I feel you, Tasha. I mean, the first one's either like perfect or it's trial by fire. And sometimes you just get trial by fire.
Ashley said, I haven't yet, but I used one to give a zinc vitamin and it went well. Big Newtons getting the chance.
Big Newtons.
So Nettie said, it might seem weird how excited we are for rain, but it's been so dry and dusty and brown and expensive for feed and water for years. We were just so happy and excited.
Oh, no, I don't think it's weird at all.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like, I can totally understand. Even though we don't, I probably like more through like personal droughts, like spiritual droughts sometimes that we go through. I can kind of like correlate that a little bit there.
Molly said, good, cold, and snowy up north here. So how far north are you, Molly? It sounds like everybody's getting cold weather right now. So
I feel so bad for all of us. I feel so bad.
Rebel Canner said, happy birthday to both of you.
Yes.
So you're included in that.
It kind of is, though, isn't it? That's perfect. I love that.
Fake a Leg said, happy birthday, neighbor. Happy early birthday to you.
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, Patty's birthday is tomorrow.
Birthday's tomorrow? I was almost an April Fool's baby. I was almost an April Fool's baby. My first puppers, like my soul puppers, was an April Fool's
My brother's
baby.
wife, hers is April 1st, which is also named Ashley. So
with the middle initial of L.
Yeah. Gets a little crazy there. A little bit of the Twilight Zone. So
I dislike it.
Let's see. More happy birthdays to Patty.
No, we're so excited about our birthday.
Happy early birthday to Patty. So, yeah. Tasha said, you were a huge help. I was so worried I was being annoying by asking.
No, you weren't. And, like, luckily, like, I had a good portion of those. Was I off those days? Or was I wasn't off those. Because it was Friday and then it was, like, Monday, I think, right? I think I was sick one of those days.
Sick.
So it worked out. It worked out. Yeah. I was sick of work. Yeah, my work life is not very nice right now, so.
Oh, wait. Oh, this one from Patty said, wow, 4 years. I cannot imagine we've been having a very good rain year so far. The calendar for our rain begins in October.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know,
4 years.
4 years. Like, that's just, I mean, I can't even imagine that.
I mean, it's tough, trying to garden and give.
To do anything.
We have a couple weeks of rain. We're over there trying to, irrigate it, turn on the sprinklers and everything. So.
Or like when we do get what we would consider a drought here, it's not 4 years, but like in the July when things are starting to try to come into fruit, like there just be a little more rain.
Tasha said it's been in the 70s, but we have a storm going on right now, bringing the temps back down. Yeah, if that's the same storm that came through and hit us, it's
gonna be
cold
a little
after.
Chilly for a little bit for you guys too.
Whoop, jumped. Patty said, I'm having a live stream to celebrate in the morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. So everybody check out Patty. Check out her live stream.
I'm sorry. I think I have a hearing back. I have not coughed like this all day either. It's because I'm talking.
Oh, I keep jump up there. So Daddy said it's the 1st of April here already. So over here it's Patty's birthday already. I missed the other birthdays, so happy birthday to everyone.
Oh, have you been pranked yet, Nettie? Has Adam pranked you or anything like that? Yeah. He's like a trickster by nature, so I'm like worried about
this. I just make up things and try to convince
I believe him on normal days. So, I mean, every day is April Fool's Day for me.
Molly said, we're on a fire ban, then we got a dump of snow. Just great. Wish the weather would make up its mind and warm up so we can have rain.
That's crazy.
I always hate fire bans because we like to burn like our brush and a lot of our garbage, so it doesn't.
Which is told by our county is totally legal before anybody wants to jump my gun, because I had that happen before. I'm like, back up. You may want to check. It's per county in Indiana. It's not the entire state.
Indiana here, we burn about everything.
Well, not garbage, but like if it can be burned, like we'll burn it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Fellow Canner said, it's snowing here.
I'm glad we're not getting. Well, are we going to get? We're not going to get snow, are we?
No call.
From Batesville, Indiana. Wow. Hello, Batesville, Indiana. I don't know if anything.
Your car warranty's expired again.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about your student loan debt. I don't have any.
Daddy said, did you see our latest video? Just remember the date over here when you watch it. So,
I haven't. I'll have to watch it. I'm behind on everything.
Just remember the date. So
okay,
that's part of it.
Just remember the date. Okay. Noted. I had to eat the one Dunkaroo.
Mm-hmm. You love Dunkaroos.
They're so good. Did anybody else have Dunkaroos when they were? That's so rude. I'm sorry. Talking with your mouth full.
Yeah, you were like, it was funny because as soon as she yelled Dunkaroos, like the whole
everybody
in the
was
gas station's like, what? Because they had them sort of hidden behind the counter.
They're right there, but I literally yelled. I'm like, what the heck, Dunkaroos?
Oh, Haas has got it. He said, and you start those fires with tannerite.
I would love to start.
We have people shoot tannerite around here, and like you'll hear it sounds like a cannon going off. Yeah. So, I mean, people have some crazy stuff out here.
Did anybody catch the multiple gunshots in the background of the rotten egg video?
Yeah.
I almost tried to edit them out. I'm like, that's every day around here. Like, it doesn't even faze us.
I just want to know who's rich enough to do that right now.
It's expensive. They shoot all the time. It's from over there.
They got some money.
If you have ammo to share, we like to target this a lot.
Yep. But that.
You've never heard of Dunkaroos, Patty? They're these little cookies of goodness, and they come with icing.
So I make my own Dunkaroos. I just basically take animal crackers and cake icing. I'll just start hammering away. I did that as a kid. Try not to now because I'm sure my body can't absorb the sugar.
Well, you should now because usually when I buy icing, it's for a reason, and I'll go to make cupcakes. We have no icing. Like, where did it go? He's like, I had animal crackers this week, and that's all he needs to say.
Like, if icing sits in there more than a week, I'm like, okay, time to buy some animal crackers and hammer that thing out. So,
Adrian, I cannot believe your wildfire season has started already, too. I mean, are you guys ever not in wildfire season outside of, like, when it's snowing a bunch? I feel so bad for you guys. Like, that's crazy. That would just, get on my nerves.
Molly said, we love our fires here, too, but we seem to either be on a fire ban or horrible weather for it.
Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah.
We don't usually have a fire ban. It's August. Mm-hmm. August is like that month where everything starts to dry out and die.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and when it's a nice night through here, oh, God, I can't wait to read that comment. So as we're like, if it's a nice night out, you can like drive down our road and like almost every house will have a fire out back. It's crazy.
Every single house.
Especially on Friday or Saturday night, so a bunch of people over and just bonfires it.
Yeah. It's
what? Emma said you could just use powdered coffee creamer if you don't have tannerite. Is that true? I don't know.
Is this your April Fool's Day thing going on here, Emma?
She didn't have a wink sign. I think you're maybe right. I didn't even. That totally went over my head too. Prank?
I'm on you, Emma.
Thank goodness Ashley caught it, because I'd be like, honey, let's go get some powdered.
He would seriously go buy out the whole place.
I think it'd still be cool to watch if I just like blow up.
Maybe, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps. And then I'd blame it. I'd probably pick up liquid creamer and I'd be like, what the heck?
That would look cool exploding though.
Yeah. Baker Lake said, thank you for having me. I'm going to run out and put a rope cover over one of my beds.
Okay.
Before I forget, great luck.
Thanks for being with us, Baker Lake. We enjoyed talking with you.
Beds this year
good luck. I hope that they turn out really well for you.
Here's the comment you like. At least you have plenty of syrup. So we went through a spell where every time we actually went grocery shopping, She said we needed syrup. I mean, we had 6 bottles.
Syrup every grocery. I don't know why.
What comes to the end, we'll just be drinking syrup, apparently.
It's like
our sugar levels.
He would help me unload the groceries. He'd be like, "Why did you buy syrup again?" He's like, "We have 6 bottles." It took me like a couple months of buying syrup to finally get to my head. We just started buying syrup again.
Yeah.
Because we just now
it was like her
came out of it.
Her survival supply was syrup. That's what she thought we needed. So.
There's been something else I've been buying a lot of.
I don't know.
Is it rice?
And a lot of times you'll like buy something and be like, "You like this, right?"
And he doesn't. He hates it. He's like, "I've never eaten that."
So I end up trying to eat it. So
you don't have to. You can feed it to the chickens.
Usually it's like the cereals because I'm picky on the
cereals. It is cereals. I never know, and I feel like they change all the time. It kills me.
Not that much.
It's traumatizing.
Just the glass shards from the Captain Crunch. I like those.
No, just winter.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian, that sucks so bad. Well, if you ever want to get away from it and visit for a while, Indiana, we're not too terrible. I promise. Just for a little bit.
Powdered creamer is highly flammable. I think she's starting to stretch this so that
I don't want to call you a liar, Emma, but I have my doubts right now. I feel like you're a pretty honest person.
Your coffee is fire.
But you've also heard me say that I am very gullible multiple times throughout this life.
Well, here's the honest truth behind it. It doesn't take me much to try to shoot something. So
exactly, he'll be like, "Sweet, let's go
Emma said try it, so we're going to get a can."
I will make a short, Emma. This is going to be the subject of a short.
I hope it doesn't become her
Emma, it's
her syrup fetish of just buying a bunch of.
It's not a fetish. It just for some reason happened.
Anything you like too much is what we call a fetish. It's not just,
I don't like syrup that much though. Like I don't eat a lot of stuff with syrup. I have trouble what? Do elaborate.
Denying that when you're buying 6 bottles.
It wasn't a fetish. It just was stuck in my head.
I will say I love pancakes and French toast. So
that's probably why.
Yeah, we went through it pretty short order. So
yeah, a lot of pancakes.
Patty said we can only have small recreational fires here, and in midsummer we can't do anything but gas or briquette barbecues.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, like during the summer here we have bonfires all the time.
Yeah, it makes sense though. Like in your area with the risks, like it just makes a lot of sense. People use that stuff in coffee. Bake
Leg said, "When do you all go live? Hope to see you all again." It's every Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Central or Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Central, yeah, combined.
Right after Old Reading. We're the Wednesday crew. We got Sweet Pea Farm, New York, then Old Reading, then me.
Patty said, Emma and people use that stuff in coffee.
I know. Maybe that's why it makes them poop a lot.
Jane started stretching. You like pushed my big toe back in.
Push your big toe back in
there. Yeah, folded it under. It's weird.
Oh.
It's like underneath my feet.
Really
I'll tap my foot. And
I was like, where did your big toe go?
Adrian, it doesn't take me much to shoot something.
It's pretty much the truth.
The quote of the new shirt. Adrian just called it. That's for the guys. I told her she needed a manly shirt out there for the guys.
He wanted a big rooster. It doesn't take me much to shoot
something.
And I'm like, well, I can do a rooster. So I did put that on my community tab for people to vote, like, what's a design that you might want to see?
Oh, gosh, I like that.
Yeah, well, it's true though. Like you literally do. Anything moves outside, he's like, I'm gonna go check it out.
Right now, I have to think about it. It's not expensive.
We have to make every shot count at this point. Yeah, but I put that on my community tab. So if you guys want to vote on it, go to the community tab and vote.
Ashley said she can't resist it. So.
I can. I just don't know why. It's just that rich color, the stickiness. I don't know.
Oh, Darren said, back for a few minutes. We love you guys.
Oh, thanks, Darren. I appreciate it. We love you guys being in here. Mm-hmm. I'm really glad that we got to meet virtually. You guys need to come down to HOA at some point.
Yep, hang out with
I know probably not this year, but like soon because it's going to be fun. I feel like we are super duper looking forward to it. Like canceling other vacation stuff because we want to go.
Like know everybody that's going yet? Mm-hmm. No, because I know we got a couple people.
Okay, guys, like he doesn't understand. Like it's going to be a very large get together this year, especially because it didn't happen last year. So there's going to be all kinds of people there, which makes me super excited. I want Jess to be there, and I'm going to try to be super cool and not be like, "Oh, Jess, you make me cry all the time with your testimonies, your little stories." And Yeah, I won't do that. I'll be like, I'm super chill.
Molly said, all of a sudden I don't want to use powdered creamer in my coffee. Also tempted to throw some in if we get to have a bonfire.
Yeah,
look what you started,
like
Emma.
Cool person though. You could guys be like, guys, what's something?
Right, I think Emma is being truthful. Listen to this. This might be the breaking point here. Our church needed an explosion for a video they were shooting. Hold on, what church
kind
is
of
this?
Video
This sounds
are
awesome.
they shooting? Because I'm interested.
Yeah. Please reference the video. I want to see it.
In a tube.
Yeah, and I learned it from MythBusters.
No
that is
way.
crazy. So I am switching all my creamer to powdered creamer just in case something happens. I have explosives ready.
So like crap hit the fan scenario.
No, just for fun. To throw it in a bonfire.
I'm trying to let him
Friends are over, like, you guys want some coffee? Nope. And then chuck it into the fire. Watch it explode. You
have full-blown heathen bonfires up there.
Yeah.
We try to, too. Usually, when we get together friends, it was always a piece of furniture, usually a couch. It is amazing how flammable most furniture is.
Like, of course, you get some that are half drunken state, and they'll try to sit on it as long as they can. We
had so many dares, like, who wants to go try to sit on it before it's engulfed and get off?
Funny, you're like, before it's engulfed.
Before it's engulfed.
But you'd have people try to jump over it. It was,
those parties were always so awful because, like, they were high school parties. So people just couldn't. We didn't drink, but the people, we love watching people get liquored up because they either get super hateful or like they cry and they like Beast, like, and I know like the friend named Beast, but big dude. Just like, so man, I love you guys so much.
That guy's cool though.
Like he's super cool. He lives a very interesting.
And he makes banjos now.
Yeah.
Like he restores old ones.
Super interesting.
Super talented.
I can see why he left Indiana. But he's very, very interesting.
Where to begin? Now I want pancakes. Wonder if I could sweet talk. Just stay away from the powdered creamer.
You don't have to do your chores in the morning if you do this for me. That's usually my.
Adrian also validated. She said, "Google confirming Emma's creamer flammable claim."
That is so exciting.
So,
we have something to do this weekend.
Yep, that could be a short. Just watching
Emma
powdered creamer go up.
That's exciting.
I didn't know it was that flammable.
I didn't either. Now people do put that. That is why people poop so much after drinking coffee. Oh, geez. It is. If it's that flammable, think what it does to your insides.
True.
I'm just saying.
Adrian said, "Did your shirt get there, Ashley? I forgot what you said."
I'm gonna go get it. I had to wear sweet peas because I told her I would.
Yep.
Let me go. I gotta go get it.
I'm gonna read what Emma said about explosions. That when it comes to fire explosions, I don't make jokes. So even for April 1st, Emma, an explosion is serious business. Darren said we'll have to get down there as soon as we can. Oh, hey, Jojo, you coming in? Yeah, you definitely should come down. We got our room set for HOA, and we got a couple people coming along with us. So, like I said, Ashley's been talking to him, and now she's coming back with the shirt.
I did a wardrobe change just for you, Adrian.
That one's cool. I like
that design. Doesn't her little bee? Look, guys, go over and visit her merch shop.
Yeah. She also has the
holy cannoli.
Yeah, she always has that.
And she's got one with all kinds of bees like all over. It's super sweet.
Yeah.
And this is like the athletic premium one, so it's like self-wicking.
Patty said, "I wish I could buy something for everyone. I need a sugar daddy, I guess."
It's all right. Probably Marky's like, "What are all these charges?" I'm like,
Spreadshirt was like blowing up our bank account. Yeah, she's like, "Well, we get a little bit of a kickback." I'm like, "It's not enough to cover all this." Because we bought some for friends and family, which is cool. So
not really a kickback because if I would have bought them under my name, which I don't know why I didn't, I would have gotten it back, or I wouldn't have had those prices in there. Does that make sense?
No,
I'm not worried about it.
Emma said Jess and Mia are. Is it Mia? Maya.
His name
are
is Jeremiah.
Super cool and sweet. I got to meet them twice.
She just seems like the coolest person ever. I want to articulate like her. I know it will never happen because only special people can articulate like that. I articulate like this.
I saw firefighters train video on House Fire and how it started in a chair. Holy moly, it went up like a bomb. Now imagine if there was powdered creamer in there. It would have been twice as much.
Do we have furniture?
I'm just amazed at that.
Do we have anything we can burn?
We probably do somewhere.
We're going to have a great weekend. I can feel it.
Yep.
We're gonna
powdered
burn something
creamer.
for my birthday.
Molly has quoted Google here saying powdered non-dairy creamer is flammable, and if it gets too anti-caked, dispersed in the air like a cloud, it can explode.
Wow.
Man,
guys, it's just teaching us so much tonight.
Just one spark and kaboom. Artificial flavors, since glucose, palm kernel oil, and sodium caseinate don't really taste like cream, artificial flavors are required.
Oh, you guys are making this. You're educating us. I really appreciate it.
See, now I've got a business idea. We'll come out with powdered creamer, and we're going to call it Tannerite. That'll work. They got Black Rifle coffee and stuff, so it'd go along with it. Take your Tannerite with you.
Well, he thought about doing like his own little firearms channel, but now YouTube, so kind of came out. Yeah. This was gonna be like, because I'm Mulberry Branch Farm, he was gonna do like Mark's Best Firearms or something like that, but because he could be MBF too. I can.
You think so?
Yeah, it's super easy going there.
I still want to put some, what was it, and shoot something that she said earlier. I want that on a shirt.
Yeah, I've had a couple things come up in the last couple lives. I'm like, that's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah. The creamer is made from corn syrup solids, a carbon-based substance. That's why it's so flammable. Patty, they're breaking it down with the.
You guys are just like killing me.
Little did we know, like it was like explosive stuff at the
dollar
dollar store.
It does look good. I like it. It's super comfy and it fits really well.
Patty likes it as well.
Patty likes it, I know.
And she said, I just put up a Stewart shirt too. So check that out. Emma said, I only use liquid creamer or nothing. I just did,
I don't think I've ever seen him use powdered creamer.
No.
Unless he had no other option.
Yeah, I'm with you there with Emma. It tastes different. So, my sister, heavy creamer bust, literally. Yeah, that's all she has. I go over there and it's heavy cream.
Yeah.
So, but she is like real particular on her coffee and has like, what was it, the Mocha Master, the specialty coffee maker.
I don't like coffee and it tasted good.
And I'm sure my coffee tastes like ground. Huh?
I don't even like coffee and it tasted smooth out of that coffee.
It was amazing, but it was expensive, the coffee maker. But
well, worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
Like it can make
I just
coffee person
if it tastes terrible, I just add more creamer and then I can live with it. So I even drank this stuff at work and it was terrible.
Well, we went to a friend's party and they were making coffee and they were all like, "This is horrible." Mark's like, "It's fine." She's just like drinking it. They're like, "How are you palating this?" He's like, "It's just coffee."
Yeah.
I'm like, we are uncultured swine.
Yeah, I'm sure we got people in here like specific about their coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's really cool.
She don't drink coffee at all, and then I just
not unless it's dressed up to not taste like, look like, or feel like.
Although for me, if it's coffee, it has to have be caffeinated. I don't do the decaf because I'm like, I'm gonna drink it.
When people offer him decaf coffee, he's like, I'm gonna have that coffee and make it do its work.
I'll put the juice in it. So.
Okay.
Adrian said, my creamer is used to cool my coffee down to weenie temperature. It needs to cool my coffee, plus powdered creamer is gross. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to like mesh well in the coffee.
I don't feel like
it doesn't have a good flavor. Like it tastes a little different.
Like real weird and gritty.
You might have done it before if that's all they had, but it's definitely not a preference. So, Patty, honey, why did a chair explode into flames? All I saw was a powdered creamer. Powdered creamer.
All I was sitting in that chair was powdered creamer. Yeah.
Can you imagine if like it was a house fire? You're like, get the powdered creamer out of the house. It's going to explode.
Oh, goodness. That's so funny.
And she said, did you get your seeds?
Yes, I did. I'm getting ready to do my seed starting video. Finally, after my seed blocks have been made for like a week and a half. And just
Praise and Spirituality is in here. She hasn't.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, yeah, so magician's lessons used to include the powdered creamer trick.
Really?
That's where I came from. Huh.
You guys are like just educating the crap out of
Look how excited everybody's about powdered creamer. Look what you started, Emma. So Darren at the grocery store with a cart full of powdered creamer. Just please. Darren, I think you've got a t-shirt idea. She'll just have a cart full of powdered creamer. And then you can put, I just like to shoot something up the top. How about that? There we go.
Yes. I already can't, I cannot delegate my time very well right now. Don't give me more things to distract me.
Praise and Spirituality said, like for kids. What they didn't say, premium women's shirts for everything, please. Yep.
Will do.
Molly said, Creamer Cannon by Mythbusters. So it's a video out there. We'll have to check out.
I have to watch it. Now we're gonna be up for hours.
Yeah. Once you guys like recommend videos, we end up getting off here and watching it, like the mukbang bang, whatever.
Mukbang.
I don't know.
I feel uncultured though, because then I hear it somewhere else, and I'm like, have I been saying it wrong the whole time? And everybody's like, well, that poor thing. Let's just let her keep saying it that way.
Adrian asks, what shirt style did you pick for the bee?
It is the premium self-wicking. It's like the athletic material, because I'm really terrible on my clothes. Like everything that I have outside of like business wear is going to be in the barn at some point, or I'm probably going to sweat in it. So I try to go with like the anti-wicking stuff. I'm a sweaty gal.
Darren says I use Bailey's and is that core instead of creamer.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes his really strong.
Yeah.
Darren likes it.
Hey, however you like it, Darren.
Yeah. Ashley said your taste buds are ruined. Yeah. She holds her pinky up when she drinks on me, like, you're not worth it. You're a peasant.
That's something Jeeves.
So some reason like we call like if we say something's like elitist, we say Jeeves.
Like Jeeves, go get me my slippers.
Yeah. So even our daughter talks in that
way. So when she tells me, she's like, Jeeves. Like,
yeah.
I am not your
make
Jeeves.
Me some pancakes. So
you can be your own Jeeves, okay?
Yeah. Emma said I prefer a nice dark roast black coffee, but we'll occasionally add creamer. We always have it because the girls like to drink it with coffee.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm creamer. I have to have it.
I really would like to switch to coffee. I'm just a big wimp.
And if you add enough creamer to it, it tastes good anyways. Our daughter actually drank it, but I sort of mixed it.
She got so fancy and like made all the other kids feel like not fancy. She's like, I like a frappe. Or what was it? What was it that she got with Ashley? And it was like a big coffee too.
It was a nice coffee.
With a latte.
A latte.
She got a
that's
latte.
what it was, yeah.
And like the other kids were like, what? Because she's like, I'd like a vanilla latte, please.
Patty's got an idea suggestion. Powdered creamer tricks challenge video. There we go.
It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm all
see
for
it now. Of course, like, do I need to shoot things and make them explode?
Nettie said, I don't drink coffee, so I don't need creamer.
Me too. Me too, Nettie, but we might need to have creamer now.
Yep.
It is. It is very soft. It feels soft.
Yep, it's smooth.
He just wanted to touch me.
Yep.
Hi, Isaac. How are you?
Isaac in the house. Glad you can make it.
Good to see you, buddy.
Adrian said, I got run, then finally got off work, so glad to have some. I got home on time to see you. I've missed you guys.
We missed you too, Adrian.
I should just say that I missed seeing you on the live.
Yeah, but we know everybody's got busy lives, so it is okay, lady. We get it.
Molly, how to make flamethrower with coffee creamer.
I think that's going to happen.
I think we could figure it out.
Oh, Brigitte. Okay, Bridget, help me. Help me. Is your name pronounced Bridget or Brigitte?
She's worried about people's names.
Ever since I started these lives and I found out that I am phonetically challenged, I worry about pronouncing things right now. So help me, Brigitte. How do you phonetically spell your name?
Isaac said, I'm getting a new buck on Friday. He is a triple registered, polled, blue-eyed, and a Nigerian dwarf. He's also really cheap for a buck like that. He's like Ashley said, that sounds like a unicorn.
It's like a unicorn. That's nice.
That is awesome.
That's super, super nice. We were looking at a new buck, but then the price tag
You're
came out.
You're making Ashley jealous.
Well, the buck I really want is a young buck, but he's not cheap at all. So I really have to do some thinking.
And I gave her the option of, do we just stop worrying about pigs then if we get them? And she said she'd like pigs. So.
I like pigs, so I'm like, well, maybe we can.
Had to offer a trade-off.
He's got to keep me in check somehow, or we would be in trouble.
Adrian said, honey and coffee with the Califia Farms hazelnut almond milk creamer. Man, that sounds amazing.
Nice.
So many people add like honey to coffee. I've never really done it personally, but it sounds good. I like honey on oatmeal. So what?
She's grr there.
Yeah, he said grr to her up here.
Now, be nice to one another.
Pa said, I make caffeine lattes. Delicious. This sounds good. Yeah, she'll do the what do you call it? The ones at McDonald's, the frappes. She likes the frozen coffee mixes.
Yeah, if it doesn't taste like coffee and it's super fattening.
It's basically like a shake in a cup. She'll get the mocha ones. They're good though.
Okay. I don't know who that is though, Brigitte. But I know the French way of saying it's hard for English people, and I'm good with okay, I'm gonna stick with Bridget then. I'm sorry. I think it was when you were interviewed on Alderman Farms. I thought Tom had said Brigitte, and I was like, I've been calling her Bridget, and that's so rude. And then I got super worried that maybe I offended you. Second one, you said Brigitte. Okay, I like Brigitte though. It makes me feel sophisticated, so I'm sticking with that one. I'm glad I know now too. And I'm sorry, like you were commenting on one of my things on Facebook on my Mulberry Branch page, and it like direct messaged you. I was like, she's gonna think I'm so weird, like not responding on the post and being like, let's go ahead and take this private. Yeah. I'm like, that is weird. So I'm really sorry about that.
God, dude, I'm just gonna be like, no, this lady's crazy.
And I told her, I'm like, I don't know why
she
that
said
came
you're not
up
rude, but I think
I try not to be rude.
Private messaging, yeah, no, just cross them. I'm kidding.
Hey, Brigitte.
Oh, T-handle.
T-handle or
T-handle. What?
I can't do it today. I can't do it.
She's still recovering from that cold. Yeah. It's got her all groggy in them.
It does. I didn't sleep for like 3 nights, but neither did he because I couldn't. No. I was not quietly sleeping when I was sleeping.
No,
it's all like right in here and through my sinuses. So.
Yeah, so we both had to stay
up. You can only imagine. Yeah, you can only imagine. But guys, I think I'm going to shut it off.
Yep.
Because we still have to take out trash, close up chickens, close up the ducks, and go watch some. I still have to eat at an ungodly time.
And we got to check out that video.
Yes, it's for the creamer.
Yep.
We need to watch
the
Mythbusters creamer can.
She's slurring her words. We gotta get her to bed.
Shut up.
Oh wait, Isaac said, when did you say your birthday was again, Ashley?
It is on Saturday. Yep. It is the 3rd of April.
And she won't tell me what she wants for her birthday.
I know.
Do any of you guys have that trouble with like your wife just not telling you what she wants?
Just be thankful
for the birthday.
Just be thankful. I don't have to spend any more ungodly amounts of money on it.
It's like a test because I feel
it's not a test though. I told you when we were working, I got like this cute rubber.
She does pick out her own.
And stuff. I got a shirt that says "Bold and Beautiful." Brigitte and Darren, you will like this. It has a Highland heifer on it.
Oh, I was excited that
it's bold and beautiful, and
his
I love
rabbits might have babies on your birthday. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh my goodness! I love that. Oh yes, I know. I know Emma will send me links, and then we will watch them.
Brigitte said that mine was the March 24th.
Was March 24th? Well,
all these
happy belated birthday, then, Brigitte.
Busy birthday season.
I know. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Patty's was
happy birthday, Patty.
Is tomorrow. So
I'm so excited for you guys and your birthdays.
Molly said. Molly nailed it on the head. Yeah.
Now he offered.
I did.
I trust me. This has taken some severe self-control for me not to be like sold. I'm getting that goat. So it still may happen in the future.
Actually, get your reaction response ready.
What she means by that is whenever he gets me things, like I don't know how to react when people do things that are nice for me. So then I'll be like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. And he's like, well, do you really appreciate it? And then 1 year, I'm like, what do you want to do? Learn how to do backflips? I don't know how to show you my appreciation. So now we joke. Like, I need to get my reaction response ready because it's never enough for him. I guess I'm just very stoic.
Emma said she's going to send you the link to Mythbusters.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So we'll be watching that.
We'll be up for hours now.
Yeah. Because usually when it's like stuff like that, you'll like watch it and then the next one comes over, like, oh, we'll watch this too. And then like,
I know. And Emma keep us up for hours. That was worth it though. Mm-hmm. Emma sent me a mukbang video and then Crystal over at Copper Kettle Farm sent me this video of this lady that just smashes her face into bread for money, and I was
that was wild.
That is a fetish thing.
The cheese fondue is still
it's perfect. It's perfect. I'm so sorry, but like he just keeps eating. It is so sad.
And then they cut out, and he's like depressed looking at it. It is weird.
His cheese is not like fun.
You can't look away.
I will link it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I will link it. We'll get it ready one point because it is worth the watch. I'm doing this again, Mark. You like this?
Oh, yeah.
When we were doing our interview
Yeah,
for Alderman Farms, I kept doing this. Like, I'd put my hands up.
Can we do the coffee creamer into like a mukbang type twist to it? What's the definition?
Are you going to try to put powdered creamer in your mouth?
Yeah.
And it's blowing up in the background?
Yes. We'll figure it out. One way or another, we'll figure out, make that work.
Hello, Sissy Boo, Acres Homestead.
Jumped in at a rusty part.
Yeah, you jumped in. We're getting ready to wrap this up because it's getting ready to go down the weird rabbit hole, and I have been sick all week, and I need to rest. We've got a lot of chores that still have to be done.
So much fun with all you guys tonight. Thank you all for hopping on, talking to us.
Hanging with us. I appreciate Brigitte going through the hard struggle of me, Bridget or Brigitte.
And then you private messaging awkwardly, so.
I'm sorry.
I will try to keep her in line, but Brigitte, I just don't know.
Oh, Jacob, hi, but we're leaving.
Yeah. Hold on, what did you say? The stupid freezing wind.
Rain.
Oh, man. That's the worst when that wind's cold.
It's been tough. It's been tough. But we'll see you next Wednesday.
He's like, good night. She's like, yeah, here. You said bye. Have a good night, everyone. See you guys later.
Bye-bye. We're going to end the broadcast.